Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Ben. How are you guys doing today? What I have for you today in this video is something that I found very interesting, which link will be in the description below. It's an article that I read. It's about how the government is actually just had enough of how the vulnerabilities have been going into these mobile devices, and basically, now they're trying to find out from manufacturers, okay, what are they doing to release these security updates to these mobile devices, Android devices, iOS devices, Windows devices, you name it, pretty much mobile devices in general. Therefore, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, and the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, are now getting involved, and then basically, they're trying to find out from manufacturers how they're implementing these security updates and how they're releasing them. And therefore, basically the government wants to make these updates available as quickly as possible when they're in the process of making them. That way people's devices are secured and they're not going to get that many vulnerabilities. Now, the problem with this is, this can probably happen with the most current devices out there. What about the old ones? I have no idea what they're going to do about those because, unfortunately, yeah, when manufacturers are upgrading the products and then they're creating new generations of phones, there are still a large amount of people who are still using the older devices, which is running outdated software or older software. Therefore, how are those devices going to be secured? Well, I mean, I know Apple, for example, they stopped supporting, tons of the older devices. Like, I'm not 100% sure if they still support the 4S, but I know the 4, they don't support it anymore. So I'm thinking it's 4S and up, or it could be 5 and up. I know the 5, they still support it. The 4S, I'm not 100% sure. I have to recheck on that. But, yeah, with all the other older devices that the Apple has stopped supporting, because the hardware just can't support the updates. Therefore, what happens to those people that are still using those older hardware? And then next thing you know, there's an exploit being spread out to those devices. Those people are screwed, and they'll either be forced to get new phones, or they'll just have to deal with it. Or what they could do is wipe their devices completely clean, which how many people want to do that exactly, and then start over? And then wipe it clean, start from scratch, and then just don't do anything with the phone other than web surfing, email, text messaging, calling, and apps. Well, maybe certain apps, but specific ones, it probably shouldn't be used, since exploits can be spread out to those older devices a lot easier than before and a lot faster. So it's like, with the government trying to get involved, do you feel like this is going to make a difference? What do I think about this? Well, here's the thing. Yes and no at the same time. Because, first of all, when trying to create these security updates, obviously the manufacturers have to go through a process to test them. And then, this process, I would say, is very detailed because you don't want malware on your devices. We've seen it happen on computers already, and you don't want it on your phone, especially when you're using smartphones these days. You want to try to avoid as much of that as possible. Otherwise, that's it. You're screwed. So I'm assuming that manufacturers, in terms of how fast they can release these updates, may stay the same, because it's like if you want to make sure the security update really clears everything out, or clears most of the exploits out, then you definitely have to take your time, unfortunately. Otherwise, you have to run a virus scan, unless the government's like, okay, well then release what you have right now, and then just finish it, while this part is released, and then, once it's done, then you release another security update. They may do something like that. I'm not 100% sure. So what do you guys think? I'd like to see what you guys have to say in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment. Also check out the description below for my social media links, Twitter and Instagram. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.